Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Drak Plasma Carbine. This and the other weapon showcases will be my last videos before the update goes live, so once it does, expect to see some more deep analysis and concrete stuff now that the numbers will be final. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, the Drak. So, I've messed around with this weapon probably more than any of the others in that I've tried all overtuned particle accelerator, shield battery booster, and also impact deflection, so bouncy bullets. I've tried all three of these builds out, and they're pretty damn good. This weapon is nothing to shake a stick at for sure. So what I've been liking to run with bouncy bullets is less heat, so you can shoot longer, more damage, more accuracy, chance to electrocute, and thermal feedback loop for even more fire rate. And I learned about this from another YouTuber, something that got linked to me by one of my Discord users. I'll link his video in the description by the name of Lazy Maybe, that you can actually ricochet the projectiles underneath enemies and have them bounce back and forth between the enemies and the ground. So I initially was kind of floored by this discovery, and after trying it out a little bit myself, it's definitely a big deal. Because with Praetorians, you can basically cut down the ammo you need by a little under half, because of how many times the plasma balls will ricochet underneath them. And especially if you take the plasma splash upgrade, so that it's doing splash damage constantly, that can increase your damage even more in a crowd of glyphids with the bullets bouncing around inside. I've opted for electricity just to more easily hold enemies still so I could show it off a little bit better, but plasma splash is something to look at for sure. That and these builds can change before the update actually comes out, so don't just take this verbatim and move on. Also running cryo minelets, haven't in a long time, so forgive me if I'm not very good with them. Just thought it would pair well with trying to hold enemies in one spot to ricochet rounds off of them. So as you can see, the rounds just kind of go ballistic within the clusters of enemies. So plasma slash, definitely a really good thing for mobbing. Oh, excuse me. So right there you can see the rounds just bouncing back and forth between that Praetorian and the ground. Just kind of repeatedly punching him in the face. Absolutely cuts down the ammo you need to kill one of them. Same thing can be done with normal enemies. A little bit more tricky because there's less surface area, but basically you just want to ricochet the round off of the ground into their chin. And just try to keep it there as long as possible so it passes around underneath them. Really great discovery by Lazy, by the way. I wasn't really going to look twice at this overclock. I thought it was just kind of a gimmicky thing, but as it turns out, quite a bit to it. I mean, sure, I saw the potential with just glyphids next to each other, but this is a whole nother thing entirely. I'm also running a pretty ammo-hungry build. Overall, this is probably the most ammo-efficient weapon in the entire update. With one of the overclocks you can use, can get you upwards of 2,000 ammo. With the auto recharging thing. I gotta learn the names of all the new overclocks, I don't know them off the cuff. But there's one overclock that whenever you overheat, it will return some ammo. Well, I say some, most of the ammo you spent getting to overheat, to a point where you can shoot about 2,000 rounds on a full resupply. Which is pretty crazy. Yeah, this weapon goes a lot further than you'd think, though. Also, the visual clusterfuck of the plasma balls bouncing around is very, very satisfying. Like, they're going everywhere. Also does pretty damn good damage even without all the gimmicky ricochet stuff. It just broke a gunk seed with the ricochet, very nice. God, so many crates in these. Every time I go out to test a weapon, crates everywhere. Okay, let's get Bosco on that one. We'll grab this one. Oh, we're not grabbing anything. It's fine. Swarms will be a little staggered, but that's fine. In the meantime, should probably use some IFGs as well. Still in the mindset of using cryos. Just wanted to see if I could pull it off. I'm still not really pushing up to the maximum heat with this weapon, so I haven't really even reached the full fire rate, full DPS. Admittedly, because I'm trying to conserve ammo. I'd like to get this Praetorian on the ground so I can really show off what I'm talking about. So if I just shoot him in the face outright, you can see about how much damage it's doing, but if I shoot under him, doing quite a bit more. As those rounds start to build up and continue ricocheting back and forth. Just from a aesthetic standpoint, this is definitely my favorite Drak overclock. Like, sure, the health bars zooming down fast is cool, but the absolute just cluster that is these balls just bouncing everywhere constantly is so amazing. And once again, before you judge the ammo efficiency of any of these weapons, just keep in mind that for the purpose of these videos, I'm basically using only these weapons, not my secondaries at all. So, that is definitely making it look like the weapon is much more ammo hungry than it actually is. Not much needs to be said about how fast that slasher got torn to shreds. Cut to ribbons. I love that new crate sound. Oh, look at that. Prophecy. Cool, that's the last egg. It looks incredible. It really does. Just watching everything ricochet around. Breaking every gunk seed in the cave. Alrighty then. We'll hang around as long as we can, fight some bugs on the way out. Come here, fellas. It really does not mess around with most of medium to large enemies. Ammo schmammo. This thing absolutely destroys things. Oh, let me get up there. Oh, there was a loot bug in there. Interesting. I really want to... Oh, I'm getting him. An interesting anti-air strategy, to be sure. Just shoot the floor. A whole lot of acid spitters. Oh man, if I could get some bugs in this tunnel. Hold on. Bosco, don't. Come here, fellas. Just getting chewed to pieces. If I had plasma splashes, it'd be working much better. Just torn to ribbons. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good glance at just how much ricochet damage you can do with this thing. Don't count out bouncy balls, is the moral of the story. Don't throw them directly at the floor, they might bounce back up and hit you in the face. we've had our fun. I don't think the Drak will necessarily replace the M1 as my main scout weapon, but it will certainly give GK2 a hard time whenever I'm looking for a more rapid-fire scout build. And that's all she wrote for the Plasma Carbine. Probably the weapon that I predicted the best, and that I really enjoy using it, but I don't think it'll ever unseat M1 as my favorite weapon. I will be streaming the update the day it goes live on November 4th, so if you'd like to catch that out, go check out my Twitch. Also, if you'd like to talk to me or any of my community members about the upcoming update, you can find us over on Discord. As always, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.